Help me out here.
Hey. Recording here. We got video recording. We got audios recording. Should I wear my hat backwards so my face isn't dark? Yeah. Plus, it makes me look super hip.
You're super jacked.
I look so jacked right now.
Makes you look like a meathead.
Do I look?
Just flex the entire time. Your face.
Just trying to look. How we doing today?
How are we going?
We're recording already.
Already recording.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, welcome back to the Help Me Out Here podcast. We're just chilling today. This is episode, can you guess?
I don't watch your podcast. I'm going to go.
Right, delete.
I'm going to go 14.
This is 19.
Oh, I was close. 5 off. Okay.
5 off. We are chilling in Denver, Colorado. I'm here with my bandmate and one of my best boys, Brady Mueller.
I knew you were going to say my middle name. I absolutely knew that.
Why do you think your parents named you Irvine?
It's actually after my great-grandpa.
Well,
his middle name was Irvin.
Now I feel bad that I asked.
It's okay. He was a Jungin.
He was a wild Buford.
Wild.
Yeah, so we're in Denver. We what venue? We're at the Marquee?
The Marquis. Marquis.
Yeah. How do you feel about Denver?
I love Denver, honestly. I have
You
a lot
do?
of friends here, yeah.
Yeah, we have...
I think it's a younger crowd here. So
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. We have our friend Roman,
Yeah.
who was out on our last tour with us. He was playing drums for Capture.
Yeah.
Him and his lady came. A couple of the guys from Sorry No Sympathy. I know Blaze watches this.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Blaze.
hi, Blaze. He left a message on the podcast a couple times.
We have to listen to
He's
it.
a beautiful boy. And then, yeah, we're just hanging. We got Peter in here with us, our videographer extraordinaire.
Yeah.
And we're just chilling in our green room. So I wanted to do a podcast with my boy Brady because I've been playing music with you since I was... How old are we?
I was 15, but you're older than me, so you were 16 maybe?
Yeah, we were 15 or 16. Run us through how we started playing music together.
Like our first encounter?
Yeah.
Like with each other?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, so if I remember right, we were going to the same church at the time, and we played a worship set together.
Yeah.
And then I saw you at Menards like a week later.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where you used to work. You used to work at Menards.
I pushed carts.
Yeah. And you were out pushing carts with your stupid little glasses. And I just remember thinking you were such a nerd. But then you came up to my parents' vehicle and you were just like, hey, I'm Zach.
Well, I recognized you guys, obviously.
Yeah. And we hadn't really like talked much, I don't think.
We just played like one
Yeah.
worship set
It
together.
was just like, hey, how you doing? I'm Brady. I'm Zach. type of
Yeah.
deal.
Well, so I was going to a different church, and then my family and we decided to leave that church and go to the church you were going to.
Yeah.
And I met the youth pastor, Marshall, and he was like, hey, do you play guitar? I was like, yeah. He's like, you want to play next week? I was like, yeah. So that's like our
That's
first
sick.
time we ever played together. It was
Actually,
really
didn't
fast.
know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Marshall was like, he just believed in me right away. Never heard me play an instrument. He's like, you want to play on the worship team, boy?
Heck yeah. That's
So yeah,
awesome.
that's how we started jamming together.
Clearly we were desperate.
I had an Epiphone Les Paul and my red Marshall MG half stack.
The red
Why?
half stack.
Why did I
remember
have
that.
that?
I don't know.
So
It was
bad.
terrible.
Looked sick though.
It looked so
Hot rod red, baby. Come on.
Oh.
Good times.
It had white knobs, didn't it?
I think it did. It had old school looking knobs.
Yeah.
It was goofy.
Goof.
So I have some questions for you.
All
I
right.
just want to get into some convos. So what originally got you into playing music? And did you start with drums?
Yeah, okay. This is going to make me sound way, like I should be way better than I am because I started when I was 4. I just remember my dad always having a drum set in our house, like in our basement, because my dad used to play drums when he was young and then just kind of fell off of it. And then I just picked it up naturally, I guess. I would watch the worship drummer like every week at church, and then I'd come home and just try to mimic what he did.
Yeah.
And I never took a lesson, which was dumb because I think I should have. It would have helped me like progress faster, but
Totally.
yeah, I've just always played drums. And then I picked up piano a little bit in college, but that's pretty much where I'm at.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're always like harder on yourself about drums than everybody around you. Because like we'll get done with a set and somebody will come up to me and be like, they won't be like, dude, good job playing guitar. They'll be like, dude, your guys' drummer,
which is
slays. I'm like, thanks, brother.
So awful.
Well, I feel like in our music as Earth Groans. Also, if you're hearing this background sound,
someone's just shredding.
Yeah,
upstairs.
I can't tell. Let's look at the levels if we stop talking. It's pretty
a
quiet.
little bit. Yeah, you can hear it a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be too loud for them. We'll just have to ignore it. The local band is sound checking.
Yeah,
it's kind of a hurricane of noises.
Yeah.
But I feel like in Earth Groans music, you are the most complex thing by far. Because I'm playing power chords.
I don't know anything about guitar, so I don't know. How
it's not that difficult, but it makes it fun because I can like move around a lot on stage, and still play pretty well.
Yeah.
But you have to like shred. We're kind of like all counting on you. Is it hard knowing that like the band's all the pressure's kind of on you?
I don't really notice it unless I mess something up terribly, and then I feel like you guys will get mad at me because you guys rely on me, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like it's not that I think about it until I mess up.
Okay. And I feel like we all now, as of last tour, we all have in-ear monitors now.
Yeah.
So it feels like a lot more cohesive, and like I feel like we're a team more now, because in the past 3 or 4 years that we've been touring, like if anything went wrong, we would all just look back at you because we were like, did the tracks mess up?
Yeah.
What happened? Did we lose power? But now it's like if something goes wrong, we're all like conscious.
Yeah,
So I feel like maybe that took a little pressure off.
We have that. What's our like our safe to say that someone's ears aren't working? Don't we tap our head or something?
Oh, we had a rule for that.
We had
we check them all at the beginning and just give you like a rock and roll sign
yeah.
if they're working.
Yep.
But I feel
luckily nothing has gone wrong yet.
Yeah, we haven't had a bad experience with the ears yet. And I think in all of our time as a band, I think we've only restarted a song twice. One of them was easily my fault. We played one show where my wireless came unplugged at the very beginning of a song.
Oh,
I could not get it back in.
I forgot about
that. Then we
that.
started the song again, and it happened again.
Yeah.
So we
then
started
you just
the same
plugged
song
in,
over twice.
right?
Yeah. So
you just screwed the
embarrassing.
wireless, and you were like.
Luckily, that was in like
directing.
our first 6 months of being a band.
Yeah,
so
no one really cared. We weren't playing for.
If that happened now, I don't know
more
what I
than
would do. I'd
10
be so
people.
mad. So I have duct tape all over my stuff.
You do have the
Nothing's
most
falling
amount
off.
of duct tape that I've ever seen on anybody's stuff.
Oh, I was such an idiot.
It's awesome.
Okay, so have you always been into metal music?
No,
Yeah.
you actually got me into it.
Yeah.
Like, after I met you, we were in that worship like collective band for like a while. What was that, like 2 years? And then we joined our old band.
Type A alert.
Type A alert.
Go look it up.
Yeah, please. But yeah, like before that, I hadn't ever listened to metal like in like, I guess underground metal.
Mm-hmm.
I would listen to like Pantera, if that's considered metal, but
I think it is.
yeah.
So
I would
what
consider
did
Pantera.
you like? What kind of music did you first start playing drums in? What did you like to play before you started playing heavy music?
I played a lot of Usher.
Usher?
Like a lot.
Nice.
Of Usher.
That's groovy.
Yeah. I loved the groove, and just like gospel chop drumming was like right up my alley. I loved being able to incorporate the foot as like where you would normally play like a linear tom fill.
Mhm.
Like you can break it up so much with your kick drum, and it just like I thought that was like so cool, and I sucked at it, so it like made me like want to get so good at it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's a hard style to break into anyway, being good. Whereas
Yeah.
I feel like you can play some metalcore and it's pretty simple. Especially
Yeah.
older metalcore that's just breakdowns.
Yeah, and
like
it's
the complex part
all
is
of
the
the
kick
fill.
drum.
Yeah, all the fills are like super linear too. Like you're not.
And they always end with a China.
Yep. Yep.
Everyone.
Yeah, nothing's too complex when you go back pretty far, but
Yeah. That's cool.
yeah.
And now you're a shredder.
Now I shred.
Shredded cheesy Brady boy.
Little pom pom.
Okay, so I want to talk about your opinions being in a touring band. What are the best parts of being in a touring band? And for you, what are the worst parts? Come on, brother. Give me the goods.
The best parts of being in a touring band.
Yeah.
Well, the shows are sick. Like even if it's like you're playing for 10 people, those 10 people will usually like come and hang out with you after and like talk to you, which is cool. I like that aspect of it.
For sure.
So the show is definitely, but that's a given. Like we do this for a reason, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But just traveling for free, honestly. Like I never thought I would see half of the things I've seen in my life.
Our drive today.
Yeah, like
through Utah.
Oh, you just feel so small all the time.
I love it.
And the world is definitely not flat. It's not flat. We've driven a lot of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love being in this part of the country where there's mountains and clouds and green, so many colors, and different kinds of people too.
Yeah, so many culture shocks too at first. Like when I first joined the band, I was like a diva. I was a hardcore diva. I needed to shower like every day. I needed to like have everything clean all the time, which I still am like a clean freak when it comes to our van and stuff, but like
I feel like we're all more like that now, but it's balanced.
Yeah, it's like organized.
Except for Jeremy. He's gross.
Jeremy's disgusting. Jeremy chooses not to shower when we have showering out. Yeah.
We've been on tour for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Wait, 2 times.
Two times. And one of the times was last night because we basically made him.
But he doesn't stink.
Yeah,
all of us
can
get stinky booties.
Yeah, I get a stinky little ass on me.
Yeah, he's got a special bod where he doesn't get too starky.
I don't understand it. I'm not gifted in that aspect. I smell bad.
That
aspect.
Right. So what's some of the worst parts then?
Balancing your own emotions at the same time as keeping the peace with the other 4 personality types in your van. You know, because you're in the van, like a small space for hours and hours and hours for months. And, that was a big growing up. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, you've grown a lot in that area. Yeah. And I feel like out of all of us in the band, I feel like you've grown the most in that area.
I was the most immature to start.
Maybe I don't know. I still struggle with a lot of that stuff, but because we were getting way more arguments in the beginning of touring, and now it's like we all pretty much just understand each other because we've spent so much time together. Yeah. So we know how to like push each other's buttons, which teaches us how to not do that. Yeah. So the goal is to do that at the right times.
I know how.
Sometimes it's fun
to do it.
You have to know what mood that person's in. Yeah. And whether or not they can take a sarcastic remark. Yeah. Or if you should just shut up. It's a balancing game.
Yeah. So I guess the bad parts of tour make you have really good parts of tour, I guess. Yeah. Because you learn from the bad parts. Mm-hmm. Like each time you're just like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. No, you know what I'm trying to say.
I think everybody's going to understand what you're trying to say. Because it's like being in pretty much any relationship where you're around somebody a lot, you just learn, you start to see their quirks. Like a person becomes so much more transparent when you're around them for a long period of time. So I know what makes Caden mad. I know what makes Jeremy mad, you mad, me mad. And that can help me love you guys better. Yeah. But then we also make mistakes where we're just having a bad day, and then grace comes in. Yeah, well, which is awesome. We're good about that.
Yeah, what I love about our band is the forgiveness factor. Like we always, like yesterday, you and I got in a little spat for like 2 minutes. Spat. Yeah, you know, like I like chirped at you for like a little bit, and then we just
let it go fast.
You get over it, you know, and you love the person where they're at, no matter what.
Yeah, that is cool because we hear so many stories about bands breaking up over drama.
Yeah,
we don't really
which is
have
crazy
that.
To me. Yeah. We're only dramatic if we're hungry.
Right, that's true. We were all hungry today.
Yeah, today could have been a very bad deal, but
we got some burritos.
Luckily,
shout out to Illegal Pete's today.
Illegal Pete's. Woo! They have a starving artist program that hooks it up.
So sick.
And we are starving, so.
All right, Brady.
Yeah,
next on the list.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Also, this local band's sound check.
That you can definitely hear it.
Here, let's not talk for a couple seconds.
Okay.
I was barely picking that up.
Barely. Okay. I think, you know what,
these
guys,
mics are good.
If you can hear that, just, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, this is the soundtrack of our lives right now.
Yeah,
we're in a
we
live
hear this
music
every
video.
single day.
Yeah,
all
this
day
is
long.
actually what tour is like.
This
it's
is
hard
tour.
to find silence.
Yeah.
But Yeah. So my next question is, tell us some of your funniest moments on tour. Let's hear it, brother.
When you told me you were going to ask me this question, I had no idea.
This is the only question I prepared Brady for.
Yeah.
Because I wanted good answers.
I honestly think the funniest tour story that I can think right now off the top of my head would be we were driving, I don't even know where.
Middle of nowhere.
Like this, we had to find a gas station that was so far away. Oh, that's all a main thing that I can remember. But Zach pissed in a cup. Okay, so in our old van, we had slide windows in the very back by the bunks, and I was in the bottom, and I was just reading. I remember I was reading, and
I was in the passenger seat.
Yeah, Zach was in the passenger seat, and this was before we had a urinal in our van, and shout out to Sue for the urinal. But so he pissed in a cup, and didn't have a lid for it, so he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna. We're against littering in our band.
So I just did a little shoe shot.
Yeah, he did a little shot.
Shawshank.
Yeah. There was no redemption though,
Right.
because
no redemption on this Shawshank.
But the slide window was open because I like the breeze.
The Brady breeze.
The Brady breeze, and the piss came back around and just covered me.
Oh, all over your face.
All over my face, my book, my phone, my clothes. It was a lot.
There's a lot of pee-pees.
A lot of pee. And
I just remember being in the front of the van and you being like, tell me that was water. Tell me. I was like, it was water. You're like, did you just piss on my face?
Well, at first I couldn't tell because I couldn't smell anything.
Yeah.
And then I like got up and shut the window. And I like wiped my face and I like smelled it and I was like, that is 100% urine. Like,
oopsie.
So I was like, guys, we gotta pull over now.
That was my bad.
And I took a shower in a gas station sink. Literally got inside of it.
Yeah. The sink hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
Luckily, you
after
weren't
I
too
got
mad.
over it, yeah.
It
I wasn't mad, I don't think. It was more
shock.
just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And I can't be mad because it was so funny. Like,
Yeah.
if I would have been on the outs, I would have been crying. I would have been crying so hard. But
that was
so
really funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about you? What's something that you can think of? Because I can't.
Yeah.
That's like a big one for me.
Okay.
And that was in like our first 2 years of touring.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was
Yeah.
when we had Tom as our fill-in bassist.
Yeah.
So Caden didn't get to experience that one.
Yeah, Caden was not there.
The hardest I have ever laughed on tour was 4th of July 2 years ago.
Oh no, I forgot
when
about
we
these.
got the idea to buy bottle rockets. And we were driving to Michigan overnight. It was dark.
Yeah.
It was like midnight. It just turned July 4th, midnight.
Yeah.
And we were just all pumped. We were so stoked. We had bottle rockets in the van. So we pull off into this vacant parking lot in the middle of nowhere. Like it was a warehouse just in the countryside.
It was dark.
It was so
Just
dark.
so
There was
dark.
one street lamp far away. And we just wanted to fire off some bottle rockets. And I don't know how it led to this, but we got the idea to fire one out of your butt crack. So I have it all on video. You're hunched over on all fours. Your pants are down. Bottle rocket stuck in your butt crack. And Caden is like, what does he say? You look like a pig ready for roast.
Yeah.
And then he lights it, and you're like, the fuse starts burning. It's like, shh, shh, shh. Like the sparks are flying onto your butt crack, and you're like, ah, ah, ah. And you clench. You start getting up, and you clench so the bottle rocket doesn't leave, and it blows up in your butt crack.
It was lighting my butt hair on fire. And so it hurt real bad.
I've never seen an Olympic athlete take off as fast as you did.
Dude, I could have beat Usain Bolt that day. 110%.
You could have.
Oh.
But so we reviewed that video because I'm filming everything, just crying of laughter. And right as it explodes, the light, if you pause it right as the light of the butt crack bottle rocket explodes, you see Jeremy in the very background
I have
with
tears.
his fingers in his ears, and he's just smiling so happy. Just
Jeremy is terrified of loud noises. Absolutely terrified. So he just plugs his ears all the time.
that freeze frame. If
Oh.
I remember, I'm going to go
You
back
sent
in
it in
this
the group
edit.
chat, and I cried. I remember
Oh.
just laughing so hard.
I think that might be the hardest I've laughed in my whole life.
Yeah, and then the year after we did the goose.
Oh, yeah. We did it again last year,
Yeah.
but at a public park. And we were lighting off tons of fireworks. And the cops came over on a boat.
On a boat.
Because we were by a lake. So we had to run and hide behind trees and stuff.
And then we had to do the butt crack shooting really fast.
Yeah, that one did launch out, but we never knew where it went.
No, it didn't explode in the air. It just burnt so much of my body.
Yeah, so...
Get me in the van.
Yeah, we got a famous saying from Brady because right after it burned his butt, he's like, "Get me in the van."
I was upset.
Yeah.
Because it burnt so much in my butt.
It did. But it's in last year's 4th of July vlog, so it is... You can see all these things. They're on video, unfortunately, for some people.
Unfortunately for me.
Those are things like... They seem probably so stupid on the outside, but I will like always cherish those moments.
Yeah. Those are some of my favorite memories.
Yeah, I'm
because
so
we
glad
usually
we're doing
don't
this.
play shows on those days, so it's just like hang out.
We're just hanging, just chilling.
And we finally get to have fun, you know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of questions. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to them.
Oh, let's just speed.
What are, let's see. Oh, I like this one. What are some of the most important things to you completely aside from music? Unrelated to music, what means something to you?
Shoot, dude. I guess, I mean, you know this, but my family is like super important to me.
I knew you were going to say that first.
Yeah. Like, yeah, my dad and I and well, actually, like all my family, we're super close, but I'm really close with my dad. And I guess I'm getting really close with my little brother now, too. I have an adopted little brother.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so 3 years ago, actually on 420,
God bless.
God bless.
Or God blaze.
On 420, we adopted my little brother Ryan, and he was 11 when we adopted him. And before that, we had fostered him for, I think, 2 years. And then before that, we had babysat him for like 3 years. So just off and on the babysitting. But he came from a pretty messed up home situation, and it sucked for me to see the extent of his issues. And at first it was very hard. Like I struggled with just like loving him completely because he had a bunch of issues and a bunch of anger, and like I didn't understand it because I had a great upbringing. And it was just really hard for me to like grasp exactly what he was feeling or what he was thinking in his head. And but I feel like now him and I just are just buds. Like I still get, like you still get upset with your siblings, he still annoys me sometimes, but
yeah,
he's the best little dude in the entire world.
He's so sweet.
Hands down.
I love when he comes to our shows.
He's such a helper. Like he would help us load gear if you want, like if he could.
Guy.
Yeah.
He's going to be like such a cool dude.
Yeah. He's going to be the best little dude.
I think it's amazing that your parents were willing to do that after already raising 4 kids.
Yeah.
And just helping, just totally changing somebody else's life at their own expense. That's so cool. Your parents are awesome. Yeah,
my parents, like, I remember them, they sat us down as a family, like, when they were thinking about just fostering him. And they were like, yo, what do you guys think of this? And we were all like, yeah, 100%. Like, let's do it, not knowing what we were getting into. And then 2 months into it, we were like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what did we agree to? Like, my parents were, like, 100% on board still. But, like, us siblings were like, no, this kind of sucks. Like, this kid sucks. But you just have to understand everything. Caden's filming us
for his Instagrams. Don't follow him. And if you are, unfollow him.
Yeah, please.
He's just laughing.
Oh, he's got the cutest
will you
giggle.
hand me Caden's coffee, actually?
Yeah, I'm going to take a shot.
Let's take a couple sips. Thank you so much, Caden Burton, for your
spilled
donation.
all over me. That's what I get for stealing.
Caden, thank you so much for truly helping us out here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So what do you think, like...
And he's playing drums now, and he's
he is?
He's killing it.
Does he have an electric kit?
No, he just has a snare drum. He's doing school band, but
cool.
He does have the drum kit that I have at my parents' house. So he gets to mess on that.
Yeah.
Whenever,
Dude,
which is
that's
awesome.
sick. What makes your family so good at family time? Because a lot of families just don't do that. They don't spend that time together. What is it about the Mueller family that values that so much? Why is it like that? Do you know?
We're super like blunt, upfront people. Like
you totally, you guys are.
Like if we're feeling something, it's coming out, and you're gonna tell the person you're mad at that you're mad at them and this is why, and then you go through whatever you're gonna go through with them. And I just feel like it sucks in the moment, you're like, why are we yelling at each other? But then it just brings you so close because there's emotions laid out all the time. And I think my parents are like, they're the best. They're just the best. I can't explain it. They just really know how to raise kids and like keep them tight knit with them. And like my parents are super laid back. They never forced us into anything growing up. They were always really supportive of whatever. Like my parents, my mom, she didn't agree with my decision of joining this band and touring because she knew I wasn't going to make money for a while. And like she just she wants what a mother wants and me to succeed. And like her generation's view of success is strictly about money, I think. Like they measure success a lot by money.
And like a steady career or
field.
field.
Yeah. And like that's what my parents did, and they are awesome at it. Like they did it and they're killing it. But like they've always supported me. They always come to shows. They always help me out with money if I need it, which is often.
Thank you, parents.
Thank you, parents. But yeah, I don't know.
It makes a lot of sense to me, actually. I've never heard you talk about it that way, but when, at least in my life, I can only speak from my experience, but when I'm honest about my mistakes or my shortcomings or my feelings with Lauren, per se, like my relationship, that it can hurt in the moment, but it will bring you closer afterward because it opens up the ability to trust. Yeah. You can count on that person to be honest instead of, if you just hide stuff, like you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to keep a wall between you. So that makes sense. That's really cool to hear why your family's close. I've always admired the Muellers for their openness and bluntness. Yeah. It's so funny. You and your mom are so
it's
like
wild.
You guys
sometimes.
are so
we have the same personality.
You
so
do.
We butt heads.
It's so funny.
But
and then Kevin's just like, sup, bro?
Dude, my
dad is so chill.
My dad is a bro.
He's got a big old beard on him now, right?
Big beard. I'm like surprised.
Chin pubes.
Yeah,
we call him Chubbies here.
It's like down past his nip naps now.
Nip naps?
Yeah.
It's gonna get to his belly sack in no time.
I don't know. That thing hangs pretty low.
So if you could go back, if you had the time stone, let's say Dr. Shane gave you the time stone. If you had the time stone and you could go back in time and talk to 13-year-old Brady, what would you tell him? What would you guys chat about? First of all, get a haircut.
Get a haircut. Cut the Bieber swoop the hell off.
No, you were cute, though. You had that boyish charm.
Yeah, I looked like I was in a boy band. I would tell him to practice drums. Like, I did not practice ever. I would just think, oh, I'm good enough. I can play in church, and that's it. And I can play type A stuff, and that's it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't push myself until I realized that being a touring drummer is all about growing and pushing yourself every single day.
You got to be so consistent.
And you have to be the tightest because that's what separates you from other drummers that aren't.
I feel like what makes a good metal band separate from a great one is the drummer usually. Yeah, I feel like
the rhythm section. 100%.
I try to be as excellent and tight as possible, but I feel like a lot of it comes down to drums because it's so obvious. Yeah, you can hide mistakes under overdrive and distortion, but drums are there. Yeah, if you miss a snare, everyone hears. Yeah, Yeah. I mean, the average listener might not hear that, but it's the most obvious.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's cool. You'd tell him to practice harder.
Yeah, I would tell him to practice, and I would tell him to not go to college. Don't go to college. And if you do go to college, go for just generals. Like, I went for a degree that I will never use, and I feel like I didn't waste time because I really did learn a lot, and I love school. Like, I was good at school. I really like the routine of school. I'm just a really routine person, I feel like. And but I just wouldn't have went. I would have just saved money and worked and just played drums. I wish I would have just focused on what I know I'm doing now as a career path.
Yeah. But I mean, you couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
The time, so it's just part of the journey. Luckily, you went to a pretty affordable school, and it was a 2-year program, right?
Very affordable.
So at least you didn't go to a private Christian school for 3.5 years.
Yeah, idiot.
Ruin the rest of your life. Ding, 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 ding. This guy. No, I didn't ruin it.
No, you had great time.
I made
for $40,000.
I'll continue to justify it by saying I made good friends. and connections.
Yeah. But you did, honestly.
I
And
did.
you wouldn't have picked up a camera again.
That's true, yeah.
As passionately as you did. I feel like you'd always be drawn to the
I totally
the
like
filmmaking
abandoned
aspect,
it
but-
after high school though.
Yeah.
Until like my sophomore year of college.
Yeah. I feel like college pushed you
it
to
did.
like pick up a camera. But
Okay, so one more like long question, I guess, and then some rapid fires.
Oh, shoot.
And we're out of here.
rapid.
So this one is what would be your advice for like any young girl, young guy who wants to be in a band? Like whether just a local band or a touring band, what would you say to them? Because there's a lot of people dreaming to do this, you know? We were all like that.
Yeah, I guess if you have goals of making it a career, some advice for you is enjoy the little things, like the small shows, the intimate shows, the crap that you have to deal with like not getting paid or promoters being shady or whatever, you know, like whatever it is, like be present, because it, like, we've been in this band for 4 years and I feel like I've been in the band for a year and a half. Like it just zooms
so
right by.
fast.
Yeah.
It was fun last night because we played like a DIY style
Yeah.
venue.
It brought me back.
It felt like the first year, but there's people.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. It was
fun.
cool. And they
Mostly.
weren't there for us, but I
Right.
mean they were there.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, that's a good point. Like enjoying, even just I've been trying on this tour. I've noticed the past few tours I've been spaced out and just like, okay, let's get to the show.
Yeah.
All right, let's load in. Okay, let's play. All right, let's load out.
Yeah.
But this time I'm trying to like be like, oh wow, this is a beautiful drive.
Yeah, pay attention to the drives because you're traveling for free.
Yeah,
most,
that's
like most
one of the
time.
best parts is seeing Earth a little bit more.
Yeah, and you
It's
just
cool.
be open to growing and be open to constructive criticism and just try to find yourself. You know, I feel like this band made me, like, it forced me to find out who is Brady Mueller, you know, and it was beautiful and it was great for me to be in this band.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
Because we're kicking you out.
Yeah, this is actually my last tour.
This is his
so-
last tour.
Last
Just kidding.
show,
That's a
actually.
lie.
I'm flying home.
All right, baby, you ready for some
yeah, hit me with them.
some rapid fires?
I'm sweaty. Is that weird?
No. All
Okay.
right, number 1, shrimp or beef?
Beef.
Okay, crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Oh, bro, you gotta go freaking cream all day.
Oh, I'm a crunch.
I like the crunch, but
Caden's a crunch.
I like
Peter,
the
what are you?
I like the
Peter's a
crunch, but
crunch.
I like to get the crunch from whole grain bread.
Okay, so your crunch comes from the bread.
Yeah.
What if you do peanut butter and jelly, no bread? All hands.
Or like tortillas.
Just
if I
peanut butter on one hand, jelly on the other.
if I don't have whole grain bread, crunchy all the way.
Okay.
110%.
Okay, so you
crunchy.
can enjoy both.
Yeah.
Okay. Snow
Prefer
or
cream.
sunshine? Sunshine.
Sunshine or
or snow.
snow.
Snow or sunshine?
Sunshine.
Okay.
Definitely.
Beautiful.
I'm from the Midwest.
Okay, would you rather get punched in the face or in the crotch?
The
One
face.
punch and it's really hard.
The face.
The face?
The face. My little dudes can't take
All
that.
right. Peter, would you rather get punched in the face or in the crotch?
In the face.
Okay, Peter would like to get punched in the face. Caden, let's hear it loud and proud.
Face.
Okay,
So-
I would actually take crotch.
You take crotch?
I feel like
Well, you
crotch
don't
would
need 'em anyway.
heal faster.
I don't
Just
know.
rub some dirt on it.
I'd rather just look badass with like a big ol' shine.
I would look so weak. Like I got punched. You know? So, yeah, you guys are wrong on that one. That's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
What's your favorite menu item from T-Bell? You only get one.
My favorite. Can I flash it back though to price wise?
Oh, yeah, this is Time Stone included.
Okay, time stone
Any T-Bell
included.
era.
Hands fucking down. The 89-cent 5-layer.
Yeah, baby.
Because if you
the
didn't-
golden days.
if you didn't enjoy the 89-cent 5-layer, then you don't even enjoy Taco Bell. I don't even need to have a conversation with
I
you.
had so many 89-cent beefy 5
Oh,
layers.
I gained thousands of pounds. If I wouldn't have my metabolism, I would be 1,000 pounds.
Okay. That's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Beer or whiskey?
Whiskey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jameson. Irish.
Yeah. I like frick, what is it called? Kevin Johnson showed me it's like Woodfront or North Woods. I don't remember what it's called. But it's Christian. Most embarrassing moment. This is the last one.
Most embarrassing moment. Oh, that's hard, dude.
Yeah.
That can't be a rapid fire. That's a bad rapid fire.
Take your time.
Question.
This is a slow burner.
Slow burn?
This is
Okay.
a controlled fire.
Don't call 911.
Don't call them. Or
what-
any embarrassing moment if you have
an
one.
embarrassing moment?
Yeah.
I would say I rode a sheep. There's a story.
Let's hear it.
In Madison County.
At the fair?
At the fair.
You were a sheep rider?
I rode a sheep,
Oh.
and I didn't know that when you got to the end, you could get off. So
That poor sheep.
this sheep, little 65-pound Brady, is riding this sheep,
You rode it hard.
and
too.
I rode it all the way to the end, which most kids just fall off like
Oh, yeah.
halfway. I rode it all the way to the end, and then I just was hanging on so tight. And this little sheep got like scared and didn't want to go in the gate, and they were telling me to get off, but I was so like adrenaline rush. I just remember like I was not letting go. The sheep went all the way around like another 2 times. And everyone was trying to grab the sheep, and I didn't let go. And they were just
You broke a record.
they were cheering me on, but I was super embarrassed when my dad told me that I could have let go like right after we got to the end.
Because it's like a 4-second thing.
Yeah, and it was like this went on for like it felt like an eternity, but probably only 5 minutes. But still, 5 minutes
That's
on
a lot
the
of
back of a
sheep, right?
sheep. That little bugger was running too.
Dude, that's so funny.
It was so fun.
Oh.
But yeah, it was pretty embarrassing for me. I remember crying. Like I went into the stands with my parents, and I was just like, "Why did I do that? Why did you guys make me?" I was so sad.
Dude, but now you're like a legendary sheep rider.
Yeah, I could whip a sheep into shape.
Oh, yeah, brother. Well, legendary sheep rider Brady Muellers, thank you so much for joining us on this Help Me Out Here podcast.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate the guest spot.
Of course.
It's always fun to not watch your podcast and then be guested on.
Casual slam, no worries. Is there a Denny's nearby?
There's got to be a Denny's.
We got a grand slam. All right, brother. Well, let's have a good show tonight. Let's
Yeah.
have fun hanging with people.
Love you, dude.
And
Wait, should we
cheers.
show them the handshake for those that watch?
Yeah, we should probably
the
show
video.
them. Peter, will you hold the microphones up to our hands?
Zach
so
and
we
I
can hear
have
them
done the
slapping?
same handshake for years, but
Are we doing the new one or the old one?
we're doing the new one because the old one is okay. So we'll show them both. We'll show them what we've done since we were 15, then we'll show them the new one that we just discovered on this tour.
Mic us up, Peter.
All right. You're covering it, Peter.
Oh.
So this is the old one. Okay.
Okay.
And then this is the new one. You totally didn't get. I didn't get that in there.
One more time.
Okay. Woo!
That's our podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Thanks, guys, for enjoying this podcast with us. Goodbye.